this barrier is no different as far as the spotter calling out the targets to shoot. And so as the shooter's shooting these targets, he goes to the next window, he gets those, goes to the next window, gets those, goes to the next window. You know, and so right here, I mean you're free. I mean that muzzle and then your percussion's going out, you know, unrestricted right here, just going that direction. So like I said, there are two culprits. One of them's a paper range and one of them's right here. And so I think this would be a big mitigation to put up some kind of, and I'm thinking just put up 10 sheets, you know, put a post in the ground, put a lot of 10 sheets up, make it about 15 feet tall, 20 feet tall, and then have another 10 sheet on the other side of that, about 3 feet, and just pack it all with gravel and just make a, you know, a real solid bulletproof wall. And it would have mitigation as well for noise. And we'd have it from essentially the back of the berm here to about the front of the road, or to the front of that sagebrush there.
So that particular method, is that something that you've used on your other shooting ranges?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
other-
Mid-South has used those
That-
walls.
10 sheeting.
Yeah.
And that's what we got. We got predominantly wind out of the west blowing this way. And like I say, most of the time we're shooting into the berm. Now if you drop down there where those cars are, it's a whole different ballgame because you got that berm on the hillside. But here, the wind gets a straight shot, this gravel going straight towards town. So we do one of two things. We just get enough dirt and berm the whole thing out, or go with the wall, either one.
And all that is yours.
Yes, ma'am. That's what
You don't have to worry about it.
So Amy, we had a couple of individuals that were over on, I had requested the silver thorn, whatever the address they were, Quicksilver. Where is that in relationship to here? Do you have any idea what we're? Because I mean, as we were sitting on the old range.
Where's the church?
Um,
Mormon
church with a preacher.
Mormon church, the Mormon church.
It is a mile and a half on top of that hill. That's it.
Oh,
That's that community church.
right, and just this way from that is his property.
Pica's properties.
You get over this way?
The man, the preacher there, his church is, you can see the roof way over there. About as far as, he's probably a mile and a half from here. And then, Pica's probably about another room that way. This is Valley Road right here.
Okay, that's what.
We'd actually looked at that,
Because probably on
the
Valley
sand.
Road.
Paul and I had
Sand
looked on that, yeah, sand ditch is,
You guys are
you
giving
know,
me
so this
recorder's
would be,
anxiety.
we had one.
One
opponent
conversation
that
at a
was right
time.
down,
Right.
you know, we'd looked at a couple of houses in that subdivision there, and then I was just wondering where that Quicksilver was, because they were the one that had the dog run away.
And what we can do
I think that's-
Oh.
after this deal, we
Percival,
can.
Where's Percival?
Well, we can. So after this, you know, we get done, go back to the pro shop. You know, Youngblood can sit and fire on a particular range, and we can go around to these addresses and just say, all right, Youngblood, go for it. You know, and
One thing that hasn't been brought up yet, and it wasn't really made clear at the meeting. You know, somebody had come up in opposition and said, you know, can you please download the ammunition and make it, you know, shoot at a lesser velocity? Well, exactly. The frangible is a compressed particulate, and it needs to be going a certain speed to break apart and do so safely. So if you download the ammunition, you know, you're going to be hand loading, which is dangerous. They don't make it like that for a reason, and you're not going to get it breaking apart, and you're going to cause ricochets rather than have it break apart. So just want to make sure we do that too. So
Is this the only one you're doing on the new?
right,
This one?
gas
Are you
mask.
doing, I
So-
thought you
and
had
so
two more.
on Monday we talked about we've got one that's basically half made. It's got, I mean, the shape of it is there, but there's a lot of things that we want to include in it, different barricades, and you know, put some more targets in there, do some different things. So this one's pretty much made. So we're
Can
gonna,
you show us the other two that
yep,
you're
yeah,
thinking
let's do
about?
it back here and walk it. So if you guys want, let's go to the very front of it, and then we're gonna leave this direction as well. So let's go to the very front of it, walk it through, and this is basically the end of it. So on this range, we, you know, reason we want the expansion is for more tactical training, more training that's, you know, more real life in a sense what the guys are actually going to go through. You know, like I know an opposition was, you know, we have a Red Ryder BB gun and we shoot like little squares. I mean, you know, that's completely different. You know, like you having to shoot the gun you're going into combat with, for sure. You're learning how to fix the manipulation. You're learning how to fix the jams that particular weapon. You're learning how to, you know, transition to the pistol, and it's your pistol that you're going to be shooting in combat on these ranges. And so once you learn that manipulation, now it's time to do it on the move, and it's time to do it from a covered position, and to be problem solving about what targets are downrange as those motions now become second nature to you. So for this one, guys are running typically a one-man, sometimes two-man, but it's always with a spotter. So there'll be a shooter, there'll be a spotter behind the shooter. As I'm coming through, okay, we don't call out the targets anymore. Okay, so before the targets were 2, 6, 12. You know, this is just you have to identify and shoot the targets as you see them. But there's a lot of targets, and sometimes guys miss targets completely. They just walk right past it. So as you're coming through, if you're seen by a target for more than 3 or 4 seconds, I'm gonna call out target. And if I say target, you know, you don't need to advance yourself into the range anymore. You need to come back, get behind cover, assess, you know, where you didn't look at going down range. So it's a pretty complex deal, and guys love this range. So we had the team guys out here, and you know, they never shot anything like this before.
So is this range going to be dedicated mostly to the military or to law enforcement or to both?
Yeah, but very commonly, like, we don't let them go out and shoot this range, you know, on that first day. You know, this is like a day 4, day 5 kind of thing. Thursday, Friday-ish. Anyway,
So from what I'm seeing here, Houston, you had the one range that was stationary, and this is actually a moving, you know, you're moving through the range. So you're moving down in amongst the berms, and
yeah, I'm gonna
is your-
kind of talk about like where the path is the guys are gonna go. And in that, we'll call that the car range, the one we were just at. Now, some of that's stationary, but a lot of it, you're shooting a target, shooting this target, and then you're moving to another position. So, you know, you're moving in between, but it's stationary upon shooting. This one is about shooting, moving, perhaps. Maybe you're standing still and shooting, or maybe you're shooting from cover. It depends on the guy that's doing the course. But typically, the guys will come through and walk with me if you would. So
It's
like,
still frangible, right?
oh yeah, yep, still frange. So you're coming through here. So all rifle steel is all frange. So as you're coming through here, you're shooting this guy in the pipe, okay? And then you're scanning, you're looking for targets. Then you see this guy next to the log. You're shooting this one. Come on, follow me, guys. You're shooting this next one here. And then, you know, your eyes are getting taken to here. And now, as I'm moving down the range, you know, targets start to expose themselves. So now, instead of, you know, shooting that target there and being exposed to this target, I want the guy to come in and take cover like this. And then from there, you've got a target to the left of you, specifically to have the guy panics. He comes into a position he doesn't know about, and then, you know, this guy is staring at him. So, you know, try to keep in mind that you just don't want to go to cover real quick and, you know, expose yourself to the unknown, even though if it looks good from this position. So you shoot this target here, and then you're working pop shots. You're coming across the rock here, above the rock, and above the rock there. Safety comes on. You're moving to this stump. As you're coming over, you're shooting these 2 targets in the background here and here, and you go to the stump. Okay?
Good guy, bad guy targets too. Like we'll tell you, shoot all square targets. And when you got these mixed in, and these are good guy targets here. So you're not shooting these at all. And if you happen to skip one of these, it's 30 seconds added to your time. You happen to hit one of these, you're out. It's basically a minute penalty there. So that's the reason we have different size targets, the same color, but there again, it makes people think. You just don't shoot every white target in here. We go by the, you know, the size of the target or what course we might run.
And another good point is, you know, these aren't first-time shooters. I mean, you're talking about a SEAL team that shot for, you know, essentially professionally for, you know, 10, 15 years, some of the guys, 20 years, some of the guys. Like, these aren't amateur people coming out here. You know, these are people that are already pretty accurate and you know, well maneuvered with firearms. We're just getting them better. You know, it's not like total rookies are coming out here. You know, I'm not gonna say that doesn't happen. Sometimes we get total rookies that come out here, but we don't let them go on this range until it's under my approval. So We hardly have had any civilian classes out here, just because I don't trust them enough, you know, with the way they manipulate their guns. Unless they take multiple courses, I get comfortable with them, and then from there, you know, we access it to them. But it's a ladder process to go into the more advanced stuff.
So the shooting you're doing over here is a fraction of what they're
Oh yeah,
doing.
yeah. This is just pop
It's
shots,
just
ones and
bang,
twos.
bang.
You're running 6 people through here in an hour. It takes 10 minutes to run through it, and we go back, reset the targets. And that's what I was saying the other day. I got hollered out of the meeting was, you know, we got little quarters in there, you can't hear, you know, and they're so close. I mean, we're all confined here. Basically, what we do is, and it gets more confined as we go.
So actually, your new one is for advanced, is the way we should title it.
You know,
It's way advanced to what you've already got.
right. And I mean, I could try to do some math and tell you, you know, the fraction of the rounds that are shot here are just minute comparative to what's going on the learning paper range.
How often do you run classes through here? What's a day?
If we have a military class, this is the last thing we'll do on day 5. We did essentially 3.5 months of military classes, so that was for a 12, roughly 14 weeks. Day 5, so basically 14 times we've had people run this range.
Once a week, basically.
Yeah.
Right after them. And that's just like I say, our military classes. That's what we do there. And we're gearing up. I mean, these guys have got nowhere else like this in the country to train in. I mean, there's 9,000 public ranges. There's only 2 like this. This is one I own in Memphis, and this one here. It don't have this boys like this. It's no man-made stuff in here. The frangible ammo too. When you go up to one of these rocks, you do let your gun maybe go off right here and just go off into the rock. That's another thing. Nobody gets hurt. Okay, it's less repair on targets. It's safer on the men as far as getting fragged, and the bullets don't leave the range.
That's a good point.
On the possible sales memberships we talked about,
But I'm
corporate retreats, this isn't going to be open to corporate retreats because this is military and law enforcement.
So the corporate retreat thing is, like, I had a group from Micron call me, and they wanted to bring 20 guys out here, and they said, hey, do you have internet? Do you have a place where we can go and sit around a table and talk business? You know, do you have this? Do you have that? I'm thinking, well, rather than answer these questions all over, if say Dell calls me, I'm just going to put it on the course deal as a what I call an executive. What was it called?
A corporate retreat.
Yeah, corporate retreat class. And so it was just a deal where I answered a lot of questions from one of the head guys that wanted to schedule it. So I just wanted something that, hey, look at the corporate retreat class, boom, it's all there. And all it is just, it's a however many day class they want to do, but it says we have Wi-Fi, we have a table you guys can do business at, and we can cater lunches to you guys. No difference in the training. It just goes into their business related stuff. What's that? Well, we don't typically shoot machine guns.
I mean, that's on your website.
The what?
Oh, you're gonna get to see something.
I just wondered, that's what's on your website. I just wondered, is that something?
So in training, guys don't bring machine guns down. If someone goes, hey, we want to shoot a machine gun, that happens maybe 4 times in the last 4 years. You know, it is an option.
And that don't happen over here.
We could do it on their part of the property that's private, if need be.
And that's
Not
just part
often
of
do it at all.
Like Idaho Power comes out here twice a year, and they do what do you do it when you stack all your cooking utensils or whatever, you know, like you're camping. What do you call it?
Dutch ovens.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
Dutch oven.
And they come out. I guess they came out twice this year, twice last year. So they bring 12 guys out and they shoot on the range, and they got a cook up there is cooking them, and you know, and they go in there and have lunch there. And then they finish up shooting, and somebody says, hey, you know, I want to shoot a machine gun, and what gun you want to shoot? You know, and go out to one of these berms or go somewhere else. Let them shoot it. I mean, the same bullets. It's the same bullets we're shooting here.
Okay.
And matter of fact, all these seals, they're all machine guns.
Well, I was just wondering
But they shoot
caliber you were-
semi-automatic. Too.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
let them shoot full auto.
Right. And that's kind of a side deal that hardly ever happens. You know what I mean? But if dudes want to go and shoot a fully auto, we have them to shoot. We just don't do any training on them. Like, of my course curriculum, there is not one particular spot in the course curriculum that says anything about fully auto. Moving on.